Ryan Garcia gets knocked down and beaten up by Rolly Romero. Now, did we see this coming? I think we did. Because to me, Ryan Garcia does not look like a boxer. To me, it seems as though Ryan Garcia loves the limelight, loves the celebrity life, loves the social media life more than being a boxer. And it feels like this humbling, this exposure, this defeat, it felt like it was coming. And right now, the inquest about failed PD test is going to be absolutely ringing everywhere on the internet and amongst boxing fans. Ryan Garcia needs to look at himself. He needs to look at the man in the mirror, because this has nothing to do with his team. Yeah, I don't want to hear people saying that Ryan Garcia needs to change trainers. How many trainers does he have to change? He was with Eddie Reynoso, and then with Goosen, and then now with Derek James. So Ryan Garcia just moving from trainer to trainer, I don't think helps. I think it is more on the fighter than it is on the team. And I feel like sometimes as boxing fans, it is great when we are shouting, change your team, change your trainer. But sometimes you just got to tell the fighter, just look in the mirror. Like, look in the mirror and know that you're not doing something right. And know that you're not you're not behaving as a boxer. Like Teddy Atlas would say, you're not behaving like a boxer. Like, Ryan Garcia needs to behave like a boxer. And Rolly Romero, he deserves all the plaudits and the adulation that is coming his way, because he apparently prepared and behaved like a boxer. He behaved like someone that wants to be a boxer. Ryan Garcia, on the other hand, just loves to be a celebrity more than anything. With the fight itself, it was just really lethargic from Ryan Garcia, because the Devin Haney rematch has been the fight that everyone was talking about. So this fight was made for Ryan Garcia to go in there, knock Rolly Romero out, and basically set up the big fight, which is the rematch against Devin Haney. And now that fight is in jeopardy. If it is not in jeopardy, the interest from the boxing public, the public at large, the hardcore boxing fans or even the casual boxing fans, the interest in that fight has really dwindled. He was meant to win this fight, and he was meant to look good winning this fight. And right now, he just looks like a shell of himself. In the fight, there was no urgency. And is it because he's lacking skills and the ability to get to Rolly Romero? Or is it the fact that in his head, he just feels like he doesn't really care? He's making a lot of money in boxing anyway, so why should he try? It's really strange, because I don't really know what it is with Ryan Garcia in these sort of situations. Round 9, 10, round 8, Ryan Garcia and his team should have known that he was behind, and therefore should have stepped on the gas and try and go for the kill. And there was no urgency there. There was no hurry. There was no aggressiveness in that fight. And Rolly Romero just used the jab, used his boxing IQ, and really got away and got a win. Ryan Garcia, he needs to have a talk with himself. He needs to listen to his people and his team, and he needs to do the right thing for himself and his career. Maybe, he does not want to be a fighter. Maybe he does not want to be known as one of the best of his generation. Maybe he just want to be here, make money, get social media recognition, and then sail off in the sunset and become a celebrity. Maybe that's what Ryan Garcia wants to be. But it just doesn't seem like he wants to be in there and have a fight. And now you got to think about the Devin Haney first fight. Was he on PEDs? Which he was, because it was found in his system. And because he was able to knock Devin Haney out, right now you got to think to yourself, if he wasn't on PEDs, would he be able to knock Devin Haney out? That is a legit question. That's a real question that people are asking, that you got to ask yourself. That would Ryan Garcia win against Devin Haney if it wasn't for the drugs, the PEDs in his system? Apart from the drugs itself, Ryan Garcia reminds me of a typical puncher. He reminds me of a fighter that is in love with one of the most important skill, which is the left hook. When a fighter, a puncher, is not able to have success, they tend to give up in fight. One thing I've noticed with Ryan Garcia, is when he's not able to land the left hook, which is his money punch, he's always found wanting in a fight. For example, in that fight against Gervonta Davis, he wasn't able to land the left hook and therefore didn't know what to do in that fight. And Gervonta Davis, although weight drained and rehydration and all of that, Ryan Garcia did not have the ability to get to Gervonta Davis and land those big shots because he wasn't having success and therefore got discouraged in that fight. So Ryan Garcia, to me, if he's not able to land the left hook, he's then in doubt. He doesn't know what to do and he doesn't know how to get to his opponents to have success. And I think that is exactly what happened in this fight against Rolly Romero, where he was not able to land his money shot, which is the left hook. Rolly Romero on the night was the better fighter. He showed better resilience. He showed better boxing IQ. He showed that he was the one that controlled the fight, and therefore the right man got his hands raised. So look, on and upwards for Rolly Romero. For Ryan Garcia, he needs to look at himself. He needs to have a talk with his team and people around him and see what he wants to do. The Devin Haney fight, I think, is still there, but I think the interest in that fight has really plummeted, and that is something that he needs to look at as well. But you guys, let me know what you think about Ryan Garcia losing to Rolly Romero, where he got knocked down and got beaten up by Rolly. Get in the comment section. Let me know what you think about it. If you enjoy what we do on this channel, guys, please don't forget to hit the like button, subscribe, and leave your comments in the section below. I'll see you guys on the next one.